For those of you out there who feel that the Cutlass Black shows great promise but falls short in delivery, the Frankenstein ship that is the Grey's Shiv might be of interest. Somehow even more rickety than the Cutlass, the Shiv focuses everything on performance and nothing on looking good. But how does that actually feel to fly? I'm Forrester, and this video will review the currently flyable Grey's Shiv, which is described on the Star Citizen website as a heavy fighter. If you've seen other ship reviews on this channel, then you may recognise the format of this video. It's split into 5 sections, starting with a ship tour, assessing combat performance, reviewing handling and visibility, looking at the operating costs and profitability, before finally summarising. As always, I've included timestamps in the video description in case you want to skip ahead. And if you're one of the many people watching who isn't yet subscribed to the channel, you might consider it, not least so you can keep up to date when new ship reviews like this drop. And this review of the Grey's Shiv is based on performance in Star Citizen Alpha 4.3. And we'll start the tour for the Shiv by approaching from the port side. Behind the landing gear on this side is a small manual fuel port, just decorative at this point. And right at the rear on either side of the ramp is a lever which controls deploying the ramp. Heading up takes you into the rearmost cargo bay of the Shiv. There's a cargo grid for storage, also plenty of room for storing vehicles. It's very bare bones in the back here. There's some decorative elements like component housing, as well as some exposed pipework and panels, and it's just a mess really. On the port side there is a fuse relay station with 1 fuse in by default. Moving further forward, we enter into the cockpit section. There are 2 storage lockers with access to the ship inventory. And where the turret ordinarily is, there is a conspicuous door. Opening the door reveals the facilities on board. Not very hygienic. There are 2 beds for the crew. They don't look very comfortable. But there is an engineering terminal coming soon. There's also another fuse relay station just behind the cockpit. Here there's a weapons rack, and then moving forward there's a co-pilot seat and a pilot seat, and these operate much like the one in the Cutlass Black, where they rotate up as they deploy. The primary armament is a set of 2 size 4 weapons, defaulting to breakneck ballistic Gatling guns, which sit on either side on the cockpit shoulders. There's also a remote turret atop the ship armed with 2 size 3 weapons, defaulting to Tormentor laser repeaters. That remote turret can be controlled by a co-pilot, or alternatively slaved to pilot control. In addition, the Shiv carries a suite of missiles. By default that's 8 size 3 and 8 size 2, but the 6 launcher hardpoints can swap for up to 6 size 4 down to 48 size 1 missiles, or combinations in between. Defensively, the Shiv is equipped with a size 2 shield generator, which is a little more sparse than some of the other heavy fighters, but in line with many of the others. For the Shiv being a small multi-crew ship with a cargo bay and other internal space, it fights well. In the furball, it feels more like a fighter than a freighter, and it pulls no punches with that armament either. It's not too unwieldy, even against other dedicated fighters. In extended engagements, the shields don't hold up forever, making it necessary to disengage and re-engage from time to time, but the Shiv is fast enough to be able to do that. And as a threat to industrial type ships, the Shiv is a formidable opponent. Looking out from the cockpit at the front of the Shiv offers good visibility above, to the front and to the sides, although there are 2 large struts which run the length of the cockpit. And the Shiv, she flies, better than might be expected. The SCM limiter sits at 219 meters per second, but with boost could get over 475 with the right conditions. And even at the limiter, the Shiv turns surprisingly well with very little drift. All those engines really help. There is no VTOL mode, so it may be a little less future-proof for atmospheric flight than some of the more aerodynamically streamlined ships, but for now, it moves great. At nav speeds, the Shiv tops out at 1,175 meters per second, which puts it ahead of many, but not all, heavy fighters, but more critically, fast enough to chase down many industrial-type ships. The stock quantum drive is okay, not the quickest nor the slowest, but the Shiv has a fair quantum range, usually able to cross a star system before a refuel is needed. The Shiv isn't the cheapest to run, nor is it the most expensive. Refuel and repairs are usually into the thousands of credits, as is restocking the weapons. As with other ships, firing the missiles is more expensive, into the tens of thousands, but the Shiv has the credentials to cover those costs. The cargo bay at the back includes a cargo grid of 32 SU capacity, with 2 wide, 2 high, and 8 long, which is sufficient to carry a single 32 SU crate. That's significant for those who flirt with the cheeky side of the law, as it means that looting larger and highly valuable crates from victims is feasible. Carrying vehicles in that cargo bay is possible, including potentially a rock mining rover, although it's difficult to get past it once aboard. But the mainstay of money-making is combat, which the Shiv does well, including to a fairly high level of difficulty, and more than enough to cover the running costs and turn a profit. In terms of upgrades, personally I'd swap out the quantum drive for something quicker like a Hemera, and probably beef up the shield generator too. Something military grade would be great if you can find one, or alternatively something like a Lorica, just to shore up those defences. To me, the Shiv looks awful. It's a Frankenstein hodgepodge of different bits and bobs with zero effort spent on making it feel like a home. And that's kind of the point. No frills, all kills. And it does that very well. Despite that, the interior does have a vibe to it. The Joker UI on booting up the displays, the bare minimum of facilities aboard, and even the sound design with rickety in-flight sounds and a screeching TIE fighter type sound when exiting quantum travel. So, despite looking like junk, the Shiv performs well. It can be flown by a single player, but does have a co-pilot seat for a second, with an engineering station for future-proofing, so it's fair to call it multi-crew capable too. Supposedly it may feature in the Squadron 42 campaign, which gives it even more personality, and compared to the base Cutlass Black, the firepower feels better, especially for a single pilot, and whilst it has a lower cargo capacity and no tractor beam, it does enough in the cargo space to still be viable as a looter or small haul courier. The heavy fighter designation is a bit unusual. It does fulfill that role, but does so much more as a general utility ship, including potentially loading up small vehicles in the back. And the price, at $135 to $150, is competitive for what you get. Sure, that's still expensive for a Star Citizen ship, but for something with this level of performance and utility, it's a really viable option as a versatile starter that covers a lot of bases, without totally breaking the bank. As a newly released ship, there is no in-game price at time of recording. For those who are happy to stretch their wallet to get a better starter ship, the Shiv is a great choice for doing that, even if you might need to get a tetanus shot every time you get in the thing to fly it. I strongly expected not to like this ship purely because of the aesthetic, but I can't deny how good it is compared to other similarly priced ships. But what do you think of the Grey Shiv? Bucket of bolts or hidden gem? I look forward to reading your thoughts in the video comments. If you enjoyed this video, you might press the like button to help me understand what videos to make more of in future, and if you're not yet subscribed to the channel, you might like to do that too, so that YouTube knows to show you more videos like this in future. But otherwise, and as always, thank you for watching.